The passion runs deep here in Norman, Oklahoma, or as they say, Sooner born and sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Welcome to Oklahoma and the home of the Sooners. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Florida Gators taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will take the first swing of the game. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach. So much fun to play with him. A guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different cast of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The Sooners will hustle for the line. On the ground, it's Barnes. At the 40, there he goes. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Play action success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. Running back goes in motion. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do?
Fires toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
And, guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. They'll run it from the gun. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. And that pass picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus.
Oklahoma moving fast.
Chance to make a play.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Might as well just shut
This crowd
fatigue off.
try to make life
That's
miserable
crazy.
for these guys. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always ready. I'm an offensive guy.
A stop and pull maybe gets a yard to the 34.
You know, runs like this, oftentimes you're like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. With jet sweep pass. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On third down, going up top. Finds space on the right. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, the defense is in man coverage. The problem is they don't have guys that can match up from a size speed standpoint with this tight end. So the QB found the right matchup, was able to hit him on the corner route. And it's a big play for this offense.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. On the option. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Gators! You want to keep your offense on the field? Wear down the defense? Put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been bumped the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute it.
The Sooners want to move quickly. Off the play fake on first down to throw.
Ah!
He makes the catch, but the
What's
officials are
that?
on top of it, signaling out of bounds. Now 2nd and 10.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
Yo, there's 7 calls left. 7 uses left. I can't pick the play.
Third down.
Do we really need to fucking try to grow a brain?
This one would be a doozy if they can pull it
Jeepers,
off.
creepers, seriously. It's friggin' ridiculous.
He lost it high and deep down the left side.
Like, pick one. I don't know what the hell you're doing, Brian, but this shit is garbage. 7 uses left. Can't pick the play.
I love it. The
Like,
offense
what
being
is it,
aggressive.
dude?
They're taking a shot.
Fuck is
Good
it?
job by the QB getting a lot of air under that ball. And how about the receiver and his ability to track it?
And the Sooners are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll pull it on the read. And he
No.
score. Touchdown Sooners. Now we'll hang on here. The coach is calling timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
The coach still thinks he was right.
Fuck.
The officials say he was not. The challenge is
My
denied, and the
ass.
timeout is gone. And he made the extra point without problem. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
So,
This week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down.
so now the computer can no huddle you, and you can't pick a play.
Crowd is restless. They
Cool.
just haven't been able to separate themselves yet.
Ooh,
here
you guys
inside
like that.
Bryant-Denny. They're up by 7 over Vanderbilt. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Looking for a crease. It's Daniels. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Finds his big tight end. And they bring him down quickly, but a good game there.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit. Let's keep going.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They're bringing heat. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Gators line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? You be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to...
Oh, it's out! Now the defense has got it going the other way. Can anyone catch it? Touchdown, Florida! The defense with the scoop and score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. Back to throw, it's Arnold.
That
And
shit,
it's
bitch.
intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. Touchdown, Gator! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
And how about that play by this defense? Reading the running back, coming out of the backfield, breaking on the football, making the pick, and then walking himself into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Running out of time here in the first half. They do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode. Half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Caught over the middle, it's Sharp. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Got it in the middle, it's Anderson. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Arnold. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
He unleashes a long one. Snags it. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Though a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it. So, Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback on the keeper. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Throwing right. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. Smashes it between the uprights. So that will go into the stat book as the rare one-play drive for a field goal. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far.
The Sooners will kick it away to crank up the second half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Line gets set, first down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. To the air. It's Lagway. Fires left. Makes the grab. Nothing but green ahead. 10. Touchdown, Florida. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Temple. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's disappointing for the offense because that's a play that you rep all week long in practice. You should be able to hit that one no problem, and the QB receiver couldn't come up with a completion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the end. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
They're trying to get the receiver on a drag route and work him through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. How about that Mike linebacker bringing the heat right up the middle?
Right down Broadway, right in the middle of the defense. This is the guy that sees everything, makes all the calls, and you could tell he knew where he was coming downhill. It came wide open, and he comes to the quarterback and gets the sack.
The Sooners decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Florida has the ball back. And
now they're not tied.
Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
To throw, it's Lagway trying to get to him. He's going to take off on the run, and he'll slide before the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
What the fuck?
That just
I
never
fucking
had a
shit.
chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
The Gators will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Setting up the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. And the Sooners are in the hurry-up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting
Catch the
on
ball,
3rd down.
retard.
Awesome job by the quarterback getting the interception.
No, it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 48. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. It's caught downfield. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Finds his man.
I don't even let you guys move.
2nd down coming up with this red zone opportunity. Red pass, it's complete. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
The Sooners line it up with a 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Press!
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's knocked down to the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden opportunity right now to finally break the seal.
How good have they been on 3rd down today? And another opportunity here on 3rd and goal. Trying to slam in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Put a 3 spot on the board as we finish quarter number 3. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tony.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
They'll run the option. Quick toss. Still on his feet at the 45. Got a lot of running room. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds.
Touchdown, Gators! What a grab and go for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. And the Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those good old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense doing a great job watching the quarterback's eyes and breaking on the ball. They already have 2 picks in the game, and they swat that one away. They are doing an awesome job in coverage.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Barnes. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after it. Had to get rid of it quickly. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Sooners!
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Northern Illinois is getting cooked right now. I mean, it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 15 to UMass. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Okay, Justin, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the 1st down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 1st down ends this football game.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Still running at the 40. He's loose. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Here comes the option. The pitch. Just buried it. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
It's really important at this point of the game late that they at least get a field goal here to make this a 2-possession game. So they're staying conservative. They're running the football, keeping it on the ground to execute that idea.
The option look.
Yo!
Pops it up. And the defense has it. Everybody
You gotta
reverse
be kidding.
skate. All kinds of room to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. The defense takes matters into their own hands.
Man, I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
2-point conversion attempt is coming. To the air, it's Arnold. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive.
Yeah, how many times is that dude gonna get in my fucking way?
Trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down.
Oh,
and he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Good timing on the quick out.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. It's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Oh, and how crippling is that for the defense? They had a shot, got him to 4th down. It's a 1-possession game. The clock's ticking out. I got my chance, and it's over now. Tick, tick, tick.
Calls his own number. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
Got enough space. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's not just a touchdown. It is a dagger in this game.
That is just how the coach wants to draw it up. Take up all the clock, score the go-ahead touchdown. This one is all but over.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. after this, it'll be a wrap. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together